As an institute of higher education, we must be able to process personal data if we are to carry out educational activities. We need to know which students we are teaching and to be able to report their progress on courses and programs. Our processing of personal data in education is also subject to rules and principles of the General Data Protection Regulation, and we must always have the permitted basis for the processing. As a teacher, you must avoid routine collection of personal data. If a task can be performed without personal data being processed, you must take this approach. Not collect more personal data than is necessary for the specific purpose of the processing. Not subsequently use personal data collected for a different purpose. If your institute of higher education has a document retention plan or other form of established information management, it may give you guidance on how personal data must be managed. You must also ensure that the personal data you are processing is correct and up to date. When we, as an institute of higher education, learn about inaccuracies in personal data that is being processed, they must be rectified. Protect the personal data you are processing from unauthorized access. Consent may only be used as a legal basis for the processing of students' personal data in exceptional cases. This is because the students are dependent on the Institute of Higher Education and are often not free to decide to withhold consent without the fear of negative consequences. The permitted basis for management of personal data in education is principally public interest as part of the exercise of public authority or legal obligation. An institute of higher education is also responsible for the processing of personal data by students in their education. This is the case, for example, when students need to analyze and process personal data in their degree projects. Students' work throughout the process from start to finished essay must follow the same rules and principles in the General Data Protection Regulation as the rest of the Institute of Higher Education. As a supervisor, you have an important role to play here in supporting the students and informing them about the rules. The first question must always be whether it's absolutely necessary to process personal data. If personal data does not need to be processed, it must be excluded.